So, in my condition with being poisoned relentlessly ever since my father wanted to get away with raping my sister and sexually abusing me and my brothers, truthfully, but they were so young and they grew into that abusive structure where oftentimes that abusive structure can lead a person to be an abuser themselves. And that was what I was asking them growing up is like, I don't want to be an abuser and I don't want to be an abusive person. So I need to know how you want to move because what you guys are doing to me hurts me. When they were literally at that time hiding the facts of how they were treating my sister, treating me, and manipulating the structures within our family so deep, that what they need now, after coming out of that long standing poisoning and out of all of the refrains of placement and places and placement where I was literally forced into homelessness, forced into, living in a house that was my brother's, basically, forced into the entrainment of the proxy ties, the proxy lovers, and the proxy future faking liars like Jesse Lee, Emily Dodge, and all of their narcissists and flying monkeys. So, of course, they don't want me to come out to be able to say anything because that's legit why they needed me dead. Before I could even before I could even figure it out, I was in that blind-sided reality of being a victim of them administering a poison. I think arsenic poisoning, the king of kings of poisoning, inside of my drinks and on my food, and within a group of people that were in that group thinking to be able to stage my life so that they could harvest off of all of my energy, which has been being done throughout all of time. Sure, I can get paid here and there until the payment stops coming through, but then I fight to get that payment for my time and energy and work hours where I could have been doing something else, but they wanted to keep me in that placement to steal that money and energy away from me. Not only the money itself that I needed, but my time and energy to being forced into that placement. It's hijacked my reality, hijacked my ability to outgrow and outsource for myself and reach an outreach of a support system that could literally be my outsourcing partners, my outsourcing ability of sharing my work, having my story be heard for what it is. They didn't want anybody around any bend in my life to ever care about me with what I had going on, because then maybe somebody who wasn't being as well drawn into that entrainment, manipulated abuse, in order that they would see it for what it was. And mind you, that was my oldest brother's wife suggesting she's going to come here, she's going to answer her calls, she's going to answer her texts, and then immediately after, her telling me that if for any reason whatsoever that you're not able to get a hold of me to text me, or I can't answer the phone, then you know I'm in deep trouble. And I thought to myself, you literally just said this in front of my brother, the one you're married to. So I thought, well, she's probably going to be a poisoned up victim now, because they're literally going to be putting little tiny bits inside of her reality then to keep her brain entrained, or psychologically affecting her in such a way that thinks like a victim trying to escape their abusers, where they want to become a victor. It's literally these abusers that will stonewall you, psychologically hamper you, to make you feel like if you even try to get away, that they have the police, like a military, they have the police and these entrainments of a fucking 95% of people out there that are supposed to be working in real situations, real live situations of these heaviest crimes, on the sides of the abuser. That's why legitimately law is protecting the criminals more than they are protecting the victims. That's literally why there's rooms filled chock full of rape victims, rape kits that have never been tested. Because these criminals are your police. These criminals are your judges. These criminals are the British accredited registry, the Bar Association, because they work for the British, which is why they use Black's Law Dictionary inside of your courtrooms that you are supposed to own the laws of. You are supposed to bring the military jag in there to get these people off to Gitmo. You don't get to be swearing upon an oath on this land to play in that treason. And that's exactly the kind of scarcity that they'll place in somebody's eyes to see through them, or to be trying to see through them, and then all of a sudden they're being murked out. They're either psychologically hampered, they're being tortured, they're being hurt. And I know for a fact that that woman's heart hurts. I know for a fact that she was hurt already before even coming here about the scene that I'm bringing up and bringing attention to over and over online, because her spirit wanted to be with a man, to have a husband that was close with her, close with his family. She wanted somebody that was close with their family, that wouldn't have the issues of this type of needing to erase somebody or get rid of somebody to save their own face. Because that man is a fucking cold liar. He fucking lied straight to my face about the rape that he knows he got involved in from my dad being a fucking monster of a man that could literally, when my mom's fighting this shit in court and having literally limited outsourcing and outreach as well for a support system, getting her own family, brother and sisters, to literally move out of the way at some point because they couldn't deal with it. You see what I mean? And it is a lot. It is a lot. But it literally should be calling people to come together. More so. Not less so. And so that's the problem that I have with the whole fucking thing. Because they're literally entrainment. It's entrainment of anything that they can paint up the victim so that they're not seen as the villain. They need to flip the roles in reversal, because that's what the Darvo tactics are. Not like they're not denying you conversation and attacking you in that same way, where it's like you've had many stages of saying, dude, I don't like this. I don't like the way you're being. I have legitimately questions of your contents of character. What was that you guys did to me? How are you guys able to do this to me and then just go ahead and lie about it as if you're not doing these things to me that are hurting me? You see what I'm saying? And then they're like, oh, I didn't do anything to hurt you. I didn't do anything. That's deflection. I didn't do anything to hurt you. Meanwhile, they're poisoning They're being manipulative. They're involving themselves inside of that shitty fucking bitch ass fucking cowardice way. It's demonic as fuck. And they need to look inside of the mirror and do heart work or light work or that shadow work to figure out if they can even get rid of that demon out of their bodies. I mean, I've literally seen some demonic ass shit out here. I don't care what you want to say, but I've literally seen a person that was literally chock full of like drugs and shit that legitimately could like run up a wall and they would just stay there, and you're looking at it like, what in the fuck? Gee, that's some serious fucking demonic shit. It's like a spirit that can, what is it called when a person's sleeping and that a spirit will literally like levitate their body or make it feel as if they're levitated and they're just frozen, like they can't move. Oh, there's a name for it. And it's not a hallucination. It's not like it's not real. Oh, what is that called? I want to say it's I can't remember what it's called right now. I mean, I know what it's called, but I just like I can't get my mind to think about the word itself. But going back to what I was saying before, maybe I'll think about it here as I go, but going back to what I was saying about how they want to literally leave people in this entrainment. It's literally a training for their crimes to get away with it in such a way that's to suggest to the victim that if you even try to speak out, if you even fucking open your mouth, right, that the whole world's gonna come and rain down on your fucking head. You don't have nowhere to go. You don't have nowhere to run to. And if you try, they will find you and they will do, you know what I mean? It's literally that type of threat. You see? Because that's how fucking sadist, fucking annihilated of their own fucking originality, of their own human capacity inside of their skulls, inside of their fucking brains, inside of their fucking way that they want to live their life and just go on and squeeze their butt cheeks and lie and lie and lie and lie. Because that's the type of fucking lying, conniving, evil fucking con artists that these motherfuckers truly are. And they want to play as if they can paint my character after 40 plus years of poisoning me up to push me here, push me there, push me every fucking where. Having me pivot from jobs, cash paid jobs, gig app jobs. Every last one of my jobs is a painting. Like if you look at from the time I started working, any job to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to go through schooling and have this and that going on to the next, to the next, to the next jobs, it would literally paint a picture of a total fucking hijacked reality inside of my fucking life by these people playing fucking games all over my life, not allowing me to try and even supersede and be outshining their bitch-ass cowardice design. So of course in their bitch-ass cowardice design, when they even have police and these fucking Freemasonry cuckolding fucking bullshit ass for brains because they're numbskulls, they want to work in that kind of way because their bodies are riddled with the demonic. Their bodies are literally riddled with that demonic. Lust of the flesh, Jezebels, Delilahs, the Leviathan, the Pythons, these envious and jealous spirits of anyone else that wants to literally climb up the ladder and get away from their little cuckolding shit camp that they got out here in the world, Oh, isn't it so sweet? You guys get to treat people like Jesus. Smash your fucking face into the fucking ground for your own fucking selves, you bitch ass cowardice people. But anyway, that's the literal reason why they need to play in that entrainment, to stage people up for anything in the DSM manual, because they're literally throwing the Bible away. The world will be deceived and all stuck in this sorcery and witchcraft and these wizardry, and they want to like literally be the warlocks and the warlords type of thing, to build for their covens, or their covens, sorry, covens. And that's what they do. They don't want to have a covenant with the Lord, which is why they want a coven. And they want to covertly play up in these games to literally make that entrainment, call it whatever they want, a psychosis, depression, anxiety, this, that, and the other, because they want to get their cartel's pills inside of your body, where you don't even know what's natural in them or unnatural, what your body's going to be trying to reject, or what your brain's going to be trying to reject out of your body, out of your anatomy, because our bodies do not accept chemicals. Our bodies do not accept these highly toxic metals. Our bodies do not accept anything with the making of the petrodollar. So petroleum. That's why it's Vaseline. That's why it's fucking, that's what they want. That's legitimately what they want. They want your products for showering to be, oh, looked as if it's natural. It's coconut, it's coconut or whatever it is, but it's got this in it, and it's not natural. Look at the ingredients and study the ingredients and go down the ingredients list as to like what it causes for the human body. You'll see that most of the ailments and most of the sicknesses are created by literally what we're utilizing to shower, literally what we're like allowing to be food like products, getting us to eat these cereals with TSP in it and shit like that. But over time, like maybe right away, obviously it's not going to show up. It's it's like little by little by little by little. But after time, it starts to take effect on your body's ability to heal when you have like, and that's legitimately what they want. All cancer, for example, would be completely curable if you attack it right and you attack it right away. One of the ways that I've been there's so many cures for cancer. So all of these like charities that are like literally raising up over millions of dollars to study the cure of cancer and this and that, dude, it's a fucking clown suit. It's a clown suit for a charity that's being put up by the Freemasonry to suggest to people that they should be literally livid. Really, they should be livid. Not living in that spirit of fear. They should be livid against the spirit of fear. And if you are livid against that spirit of fear, you will realize that we are not supposed to be called into the spirits of fear on this earth at all, no matter what the fuck they want to do to our autonomy, our bodies, our brains, our fucking realities, because it's just a fucking warfare. That's all that they're doing. They're playing inside of a fucking heaviest type of cold warfare over your autonomy, your body, how you want to choose to go after your health. When legitimately some of the things that I've seen has been like, they legitimately have naturals inside of some of these pills, but with all of the chemicals and all of the anything that's put inside of these pills creates for more ailments that allows you to go back to the doctor and say, well, I'm taking this and it was fine for the first 2 weeks or the first 2 months, but now I'm experiencing this thing. You're like, oh, well, we got a pill for that too. They got a pill for everything that's going to create another thing that's going to create another pill for another thing. It's legitimately, It's the worst design of healthcare in the world, allopathic care. And then on top of it, you want to suggest that the sunlight gives light to the seed in the soil that is growing the herbs and the vegetables and the things that you would actually need to heal the body. Well, now they're staging it up where, because I know these things and I wanted to move differently, the same way, like, oh, I wanted to get away from the way my brothers and my daddy were, but they didn't want to let me get away. It's the same fucking thing. So that's why they're staging me up to not be able to fucking work, stealing my fucking license away from me, not doing anything over the identity theft, not doing anything over the actual attacks that have happened throughout all of my life. Literally, they wanted to play me up into so many stages of creating that reactive abuse from their abuse. They wanted me in a reaction. They wanted me to bust up my girlfriend's car. They wanted me to tear the roof off of my proxy fucking fake ass friend that I could even think of being a friend, because you're literally in a staged place where you're literally needing love. And then they're working up in this group thinking, not allowing you to get out of their proximity, to actually establish for a real organic natural person in your life to see and help you see through these people, help you see through these criminals. It's exactly why, like, when I had a really good neighbor friend of mine telling me, like, I don't even know how you accept this person as your friend after what they did. And you're like, you might understand it for like 20 minutes, but after that, you literally don't understand it. You literally don't. You don't have the reasoning skills when your brain is suffocating of oxygen. And I never had anything of myself to compare it to. Maybe if it started at 22, sure, I'd have like a reality to compare myself to, but I never did. You see? So that's why they're trying to literally use that entrainment as though it's just a psychosis, it's just schizophrenia, it's just depression, it's just this, that, or the other, in their whole worldliest camp desires of being able to snake people away from a whole entire reality that they could build, become holistic doctors, or become life coaches, or become writers, or become artists. You know what I'm saying? Or do, like, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Whatever you would really like to do. It's either you do that and you make yourself rich, or by what you're going to do, you're making yourself a slave made person that's not going to. You might get a little ahead. Sure, you might make some good money. I'm not saying that. And there's a lot of people that really, truly do mean well. And I'm not taking away from that. There's a lot of doctors, a lot of medical professionals, there's a lot of police, there's a lot of people in general that work in ways that literally do mean well. But it's not like the devil isn't lying to us all out here to be deceived. And so in the end of times, that's literally the first words in the Bible is like, let no man deceive you. Let not one of these motherfuckers deceive you. I mean, not in those words. I just said it that way because I'm angry. But literally, when I look up at the terminology of psychosis, is it's a mental state where a person loses touch with reality, struggling to tell what's real from what isn't, often involving symptoms like hallucinations, seeing and hearing things that aren't there, and delusions, strong false beliefs leading to a confused thinking, speech, and behavior. But it's a treatable condition that requires early intervention for best outcomes. No. That's legitimately what they're trying to make what's happening to me. Literally taking away the truth to make it delusions. You see what I'm saying? Like, as long as they can paint it up as that delusion, paint. They're stripping your identity. They're stripping me of my self-worth. They're stripping me of being able to run, rollerblade, go for walks, enjoy my life. Literally, because they're like taking away my avenues of money, leaving me homeless on the very ground that I should be able to be free in. and experience freedom. But these numbskulls that want to work up in this shitty enchantment, like they're like in this enchantment over the state's decree, playing the satire that they're creating, which is very satanic. It's evil as fuck out here. I don't know if anyone else can see how evil that things have been lately, but it has been pretty fucking evil. We're literally watching our world wash away because people's brains can't even think for themselves to think, oh my gosh, I'm riddled with demons. I should do something and repent of my sins. I should ask for the Lord's mercy upon me for what I've done. You see what I'm saying? And that's not what these people do. They literally want to train you in that entrainment, poison you, create the scenes even, to victimize you, push you down, kick you down, blindside. They'll blindfold you with poisons, basically. Blindfold you and get you all like you're choked up inside of every single cell of your body and you can't breathe in. So it was hard to breathe. It was so hard to breathe. Oh my God, what's happening to me? And you just flop to the ground. Literally. They got enough in me at times, and then I could see it, and I couldn't see it over and over and over. I couldn't see it over and over and over, and I couldn't see it. And I was just fighting and fighting and fighting to get out. And then once I started to see it and reason with it, to think, oh my God, is this literally them people doing this to me? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm in danger, and I've been in danger, and I've been in danger this whole time, caused by the same people that I was trusting. Oh my God, it was so betraying. Because literally, you can't be betrayed so harshly by someone you don't know. That's like literally like, you know, maybe an attacker coming up to try and mug you or something like that. I would way rather that than what I've had to deal with because of the own like people in my own bloodline, for crying out loud. My own blood brothers wanting to cuckold their old shit so design, never wanted me to come out and be able to speak against them so that people can't even reason with their own two cells left in their brain after drinking the water out here and all of the fluoride, keeping them nice and docile, away from being able to see the truth. But if you got 2 cells left in your brain that can think to these levels, you can grow it to 2 million brain cells that are active as fuck. In Jesus Christ's holy and precious name, anything you ask of the Lord, where it's like the Lord has an originality of your design, your autonomy, your body, your energy, everything. Everything. The Lord has a great design. And then these people want to literally work in the opposite of the direction of the flower of life. Just to literally go and grind up against that free energy, that, spirited frequency. They want to spin our records, our music, and have these horrible frequencies just in little tiny tones throughout music that you like, even. And so music is dangerous, my friend. Music is dangerous. You really have to pay attention to that. I have to pay attention to that. Because I like a lot of music. Obviously, I'm a drummer. But what I do personally is literally pray in the spirit of the dear Lord to be involved inside of my vocal box. See what I mean? Be involved inside of the words that I haven't been able to articulate and say and vocalize because they didn't want me to be able to articulate and vocalize anything literally because they wanted me dead. They wanted me covertly dead to make it look like, oh, I just died up on my own. Oh, so nice people. And then they literally can't even have a fucking simpleton conversation with me about it. Like, cheers, Derek. You want to like throw some scripture at me? That's literally, you know what you did there? Do you not understand gaslighting? But that's legitimately it. You're like trolling my page to gaslight me with scripture without even quoting the scripture. You should at least share the scripture and quote it too for the readers that don't have their Bibles in front of them. And you should quote which Bible you're referring to, even. Is it the ESV? Is it the standard version? Is it the Rainbow Bright Bible? It's just so freaking heartless out here. Literally. So I guess that's why I'm so mad, is because I legitimately wanted to work up a mission. And it's such a cool mission. Like, if I had the kind of money that was for these, there's multiple charities that are like literally like they collected well over millions of dollars for studying the cures of cancer, which they're never gonna find on purpose if they're Freemasons, because Freemasonry is through deception. They want to deceive everything out here. That's why they play it up in the World Health Organization, the World Religious Organization, literally staging their fronts of deceiving people inside of churches. And they want to deceive people from seeing the truth. Cheers, Freemason. Cheers. Your shit show and brick and mortar shit show is being seen for what it is, and you're all a bunch of clowns. And I think literally if you were to actually go to clown school and be actual clowns, the return of investment would probably be greater than what you're standing in as today. Deceptive, cuckolding, fucking satanic, fucking. What do you like to do? Globber on the noblin of Satan? Like, I don't get it, okay? Because Satan, in the end, you're going to die at some point in your life, and Satan is not going to be putting you up in some kind of mansion. So I don't get it. I literally don't understand why your originality of your own autonomy you could even use in that evil. Simply because some Benjamin Netanyahu or fucking whatever wants to be paying people to get families split apart. Oh, I know what they want, so Americans are easy. They're easy targets. Yeah, I think we lost the Revolutionary War. Those flags went up and we should have still went in. That's what I think. You all can think whatever you want, but that's what I think. I think people that are legitimately on the side of the Republican Party, and the Green Party, or the independent parties of like critical thinkers and people that legitimately would like a real moral value out here in the world. It's just being played out as if these satanic clowns, these fucking shitty fucking people, are somehow the good people. They're not good. They're not good at all. They want to literally stage people's lives into this sorcery and wizardry and witchcraft and these covens and witches and warlocks. And we have an occultist problem out here, because there's like hundreds of thousands, if you ask me, people that are just being fucking maimed and tamed and murdered and all sorts of things, and fucking cops don't even do shit. Like, they probably even have access to the conversation that I had with Natalie before she died. Just using one example, but literally it was her telling me how she's being murdered. And do you think that the police would have helped her or cared? Do you think, like, even after she dies, or knowing that she's dying from an arsenic poisoning or whatever it was, I think it was an arsenic poisoning, like 999 trillion%, but it's because of the experience that she was suggesting was the same thing as mine with my friend, with her own person that was supposed to be her friend for such a long time. So I don't care about Miss Self or Mrs. Self. With what you know you did, to my friend Natalie, God sees you. I don't care about these clown suits, these clown shoes, because they're all working in the shittiest design of occultism, pedophilia, trafficking, and there's no way that 800,000 children would be going missing each and every single year or thereabouts if cops were really doing their job. Which suggests to me they're not. And they're being protected in order to be that way. So I don't know. I don't know if technology did anything good for us, you guys. I really don't. I actually don't think it did anything good for us at all. And I think if we could go in reverse from the technology and throw our phones in the trash and go back to corded phones and allow them to have to wire tap us, I think we would do a lot better. Because, you know, we would call each other for a little bit of time and be like, hey, let's hang out. Okay, talk. I'll see you there. Bye. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be like giving us reason not to hang out. Well, I'm going to text and I'm not going to make it this time. Sorry. Oh, I'm not going to make it this time either. I can see you on Facebook though. Oh, I can see you on the world's grid. So, we're not going to get together this time either. Okay. Okay. So explain to me community then. Explain to me family. Explain it to me in the comments. How does that shit work? We're like literally like lost in the reality of this kind of warfare that's gone out here. I think we're in like the coldest Cold War that people just don't have the brains to even see it for what it is. But that's legitimately why I literally want to stream my whole life. Like, on my life in different angles and away from my body in all sorts of different angles, because if it was like, what, 2, 3 years ago, none of this shit would be happening. I would have already have caught their whole game plan and people would be able to see it for what it was. I'd clip it up and clip up the scenes even while continuing to record me clipping up the scenes. You know what I mean? Not led without like time and autonomy and energy and them staking away my jobs and my love life and my work life and my finances and stealing my Facebook down and I put up another one and they're gonna steal that one away too and then they're trying to take away my availability to be door dashing and then they're gonna crash into my car and like that they were trying for like 2, 3 times a day for like 12 days or longer, literally trying to stage me up. Stage me up. Stage him up. Uncle Spotty. Gotta stage him up, Uncle Spotty, because we gotta be all shoddy. Smarmy, shoddy, fucking scants of a fucking stupid fucking cuckolding numbskulls for fucking brains that can't even think to themselves, oh, my body is being maintained by jealousy and envy and strife and hate and like, oh, I'm gonna play with pain today. I'm gonna play with pain today and I'm gonna make more pain on top of that pain. And then when that pain's created, I'm gonna start creating more pain. Fuck you. Fuck you. So I don't care what they want to do out here. I'm literally done and over with it. Life as we know it, if we can't literally get back to like community, family, like support each other in any kind of way, then life as we know it is over. And I feel really bad for the children that are here today. I feel really bad for the children because the world's educational system is teaching them to be sociopaths and narcissists of all different kinds. As long as you're As long as you're protected by the hate you bring, you can go ahead and play with pain while you're here on the earth. But when you die, and everyone dies, they literally have to answer to God. the one God over all of us. So if they don't want to like deal with God's wrath, I suggest you would get on your knees and repent of your sins. It could go a long way. In a week's worth of time, in a month's worth of time, and especially if people were like really taking it in a forthright fashion for years and onward in a forthcoming and upright way. But if we can't, and or we can't just be allowed to, like, the clowns out here should just go and encapsulate each other. They should throw each other in graves. Not working up in this group thinking phenomenally like numbskulled way that people literally can't see what's going on out here. You aren't going to be willing to see what's going on out here, then how are you going to be able to suggest to teach your kids anything of a moral aptitude with the moral compass for any kind of accountability at all? You're not. You're going to teach them this worldly way, and in the grave, it literally means it's a lake of fire. So I feel bad for humanity right now because humans are like just the dumbest thing. I mean, look at the air, look at the birds in the air and the lions and tigers and kangaroos and llama and horse and cow and puppies and cats and other things. Dude, every other thing in the animal kingdom is not the reason for the world to end. Is not the reason for the world to be this fucking shoddy. It's literally humans. Because we actually have a spiritual reasoning, not just instincts, and not like they don't have feelings and feel things when they end up dying, and the animal kingdom being the animal kingdom, but humans are different. And it's really scary to me because or does it it's not scary to me necessarily, is it's like it's just a scarcity in a reality that is because and caused by humans. That's just like um I don't even know how to put it into words and articulate what I'm trying to say. um it's a scarcity that's created to literally suggest how stupid humans truly are, that could allow the world to get this nasty, and not even think of you know re- reversing the order of like what's been happening out here. Like, take time, write up a 500-page notebook or a 70-page college ruled notebook as to how you yourself can take and create something amazing for everybody. Everybody. Literally, like, go in reverse from what the world has been living like. Go in reverse. Do some hard work or light work or go through the shadow work, and literally, like, study things and suggest to yourself that you have the power. You have the answer. You have the ability to literally take the world from the way it is living today and at least make a dent, make it better. Because otherwise, you're allowing these clown suits and these deceptive orders out here to literally become the statists and the shitty fucking numbskulls that we're literally allowing to have happen. And then if we do that, like, who's in 10 years time or 5 years time, tops 10 years, like, who's going to actually have family and community and structure in their lives of being able to even suggest they have their own originality of mind anymore? I haven't had my originality of mind ever in my life. Ever. Because of the way these people poisoned me up relentlessly. So I don't care if they want to go and run along and lie and lie and lie and lie. That's just them not wanting to do any work. That's just them not wanting to have even a simpleton conversation with me about what's real, what's truth. And I know that hurts, but if if I'm willing to have that conversation to try and flip this shit around, at least the abusers should. You know what I'm saying? But if they don't have it within them to do and be that way, well, good luck, world. Good luck, children of today. My suggestion is do critical thinking, and if ever any teacher anywhere wants to stop you from your dreaming, from your childlikeness, uh, you can you don't have to like be angry at them, respect them, you know, whatever, but you do not have to listen to them. You just do not. You can listen to your own inner heart and surface your inner heart's purpose of what you want to do with your life. You don't have to listen to these clown shoes. The one size fits all type of ordeal with Freemasonry, occultists, and you know these covens out here. You don't have to listen to them, and neither should you. You shouldn't listen to them. So, like, I'll just say this because I don't know when I'm going to get to this song, but they're literally trying to use everything against me and just try to restore what could even be left of me, the real me, not the me that they masked up in a version of me, keeping me poisoned up and falling to the floorboards all throughout my life where I couldn't figure it out. I was just that living proof that I was fighting through everything that they do to try and steal the light away from me, all of that sunlight that I'm trying to shine through, just to turn on me when I'm just trying to get that mic on, because it's on now to the break of dawn, and this is what it means, and that warfare's been on all day long, when they've taken me out like an estate to try and take out my time and my breath and energy, all of my autonomy getting divvied up for their use and abusive ways to take me like that estate, driven in me or driven into me like the prerequisites of their own crime spree that they didn't ever want me to speak out or start to rhyme. So it all makes sense when I got that rhythm of hearts to work back upon that overture, cultivating my own heart's work, charitable mission to survive. Because all of the deceptive type of crimes out here that want to take over charity and act like it's charity to suggest they're putting money into offshore bank accounts and shit. That's just me going over my lyrics here, what I have written. But then I go on to say, through the real grime and all the light that they set up in stages worldwide by its design. So I'm going to take it back after everything that they've done to me because it just ain't fair, and that's where I'm at. Nobody seems to care. But anyway, dream on, soldier. Dream on. Be a real one out here. Take courage. Like, you don't have to punch these people in the faces or like do anything unless they're literally taking that force upon your life, which it's like literally in my situation, they're literally trying to make me a criminal, a criminal out of. They're like trying to make a criminal out of me by their pathology and their psychological operating on me in this fashion, where I've been the victim. And instead of allowing me within the system to be seen as the victim of a crime, where it's like I have like really heavy a RICO complaint, not to mention all these other complaints where I would literally want to sue them for 99 trillion times like 99 trillion times like 99 trillion, because you like, what price tag can you put on somebody's life? Any? You want to dangle a price tag on me? Fuck off. Fuck off. Nobody has the right to fucking do what these people did. And if they want to deflect and minimize and and push in these kind of fashions just to stake claims as if they have the right to my life and autonomy and energy and all this other shit, and they don't want to see the crimes for what they are, the hacking constantly, the poisoning me constantly, and like literally staging me as the felon, for them literally able to get away with physically assaulting me, physically assaulting my sister growing up, and then physically assaulting me from every single age that I've ever been at, to suggest that Child Protective Services even did any fucking thing for us at all. Meanwhile, I was almost kidnapped 3 times by the age of 11. Meanwhile, I'm being poisoned relentlessly throughout my life. Meanwhile, they're trying to stop me from every single job I've ever had, or stage it up to where I'm being like jacked, hijacked, hacked, stolen upon by the same people that I should have been able to trust, but you can't see through these things at those times until I was able to discover the pattern of abuse in my life, to literally work hard as nails to get away from these people that were like, oh no, we can't have him speaking out online because then people are going to start seeing us for who we are. And that's legitimately what they wanted to do. Literally, kill me so that they can go ahead and continue to manipulate their own children, for crying out loud. Manipulate their own wives. It's such a stupid fucking crime that these people took over my life like this. And it's like it is. It's like a type of crime that's like literally hard to believe, because of how heavy and monstrous, of how literally monstrous it is. But it is that heavy of a crime, and it literally is that monstrous of a crime being held up over on my life, because these people like literally just wanted to stage up events to literally take and do the energy harvesting off of all of my time and energy that it took me to have this house. And now that I even have this house, after working tooth and nail to get out of a covert abuse that I couldn't see for what it was, now I don't even get to live in my house the way, like, any time that I've been here, literally any single minute that I've ever fucking have been in this house, I haven't been able to live my own life within it, because of what these people have already done to me and gotten away with. Like, granted, I would like to think that I could get enough time to not only make the money that I feel I'm worth, but to be able to come home, clean, have time with people that I love, and who love me back in return, not like wanting to poison up my coffee and this, that, and the other, gaslight me, hijack my life, hack me, shit like that. The shitty fucking friend that Jesse Lee was. Literally, like, other people having what's happened to me. Oh boy. Other people not doing hard work, not like trying to like build something finally for themselves, or be just allowed to, you know what I mean, build a Bugatti website for one of the 12 things that I've been trying to build out here for a strong network marketing, social media. It's just like amazing, because it's like, it's literally free, and it would make you and everybody else tons of money. Like, the fruit that would come from that kind of building and building blocks would be like you investing in me to get this thing in now, or where like before I had enough. It's just they literally poisoned me up blind to be gaslighting me, to never allow me to make it out of the crime scene of my life, my whole entire life, like I said, that they didn't want me to see it and see through them. And if I started to see through them, which I did, and I knew that because I did, I had to move differently, because before, when I was seeing these things and I was confronting them right away, it just got worse right away. And then 20 minutes later, I couldn't even realize that I was in that state of mind multiple times throughout my reality, just thinking to myself that I needed to get away from these people. I couldn't even remember time and time again that I wanted to get away from these people. See what I'm saying? They masked up my whole reality over and over so that I could never get away from their poisoning me. They're dripping poisoning me within the proxy tie of a friend, proxy tie of proxying my relationship life, not allowing me to get out of the syndicates of abuse so that they can continue controlling my life. Staged up events to frame me up against their crimes against me, where I've been physically assaulted. And it's insulting my intelligence, really, but it's physically assaulting me, where they're trying to literally use that physical assault of me that's been drawn up throughout all time as though I'm the criminal. I mean, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, how these people can even do that and lie and lie and lie and lie and lie and literally create for the worst betrayal and the worst type of slimy grime that someone could literally play with pain all over this person to create these crimes. It's a crime scene of my whole entire life. So anyway, I'm gonna peace out. God bless you all. Long live the Republic. I hope there's enough people out here that literally turn from sin and repent. But peace. God bless you all.